Hi Bluerinos, we're getting ready to make the cutest new kit. It's gonna start off with these cute little containers. This one with the cute carrots, and then this one has the little wheelbarrow. It is a great way to start playing with and introduce yourself to artificial florals. This is gonna be a two-part video series, and we're gonna start the first section right now. We're gonna be making this cute bunny centerpiece right in this container, and this all comes in a kit. We'll have the link for you right here in the comments. Just ask for it and you can make this exact piece with us. So let me show you some of the florals we have that come in the kit. We've got some boxwood for our greenery, and then we've got this great egg picks, so cute to cut up. We've got these mini roses, which are the perfect scale for this design. And of course, this little mini leaf on this ivy is perfect. So when you're making a small design, you need things that are kind of smaller or proportionate to work with your design. And since these florals are going to make two separate projects, we're not going to use all in one, but we've got enough for both, and we'll probably have a little extra for you to embellish other things to go with it. The first thing we need to do is put a little floral foam in here. Now the floral foam does not come in the kit. That's something you're gonna need to pick up on your own. We want the really hard, crunchy kind. It's not sandy, it's not made to use with water, it's hard. And basically we're gonna pop it into our container and glue it in. Now, if you want to have this to be removable, just push it in and you're fine. If you wanna make it permanent, then we're gonna go ahead and glue it in. So that's what we're gonna do today. I'm gonna push it in first, make sure it goes okay. It goes in fine. Now I'm going to dip this in my glue skillet. This is something I use for hot glue. It's an electric skillet with hot glue in it. And I just dip it in and just gently see how it's good like honey. You know you've got the right consistency, and then you just gently pull it off. So you got a nice little layer on the bottom. I'm going to tuck it in. Be careful here because this can burn you. So if you are going to do this with the grandkids, maybe do this before so it's just done. And now I'm going to push it in where it's just firm in the bottom. So just like that, the foam is in the bottom of the container. And now I want you to identify where you think you want him sitting. Do you want him to be like this? I have a feeling I'm going to design him a little off to the side here, because then he can sit so cute over here to the edge. So I'm going to zoom in just a little bit for you. And let's get started with some of our floral. I know I want to use some of the boho little mini rose in here. And these have a really pretty faux stem that you can take and cut it down here. And when you cut one of these off of the whole bush, it's pretty big here. It's a little too large for this scale that we're working with. Don't worry, we're going to separate that into two sections. So then we're going to get a large and a short. Okay, and they end up being about the same height. One's just a little fuller. And just take this and cluster it all up like that gently in your hand. Give it a little dip in the glue, and then you're going to push it in. And I want to pop this over the edge a little and let it kind of pop out. So give it a little bend over the edge. Now, when you get these supplies, you can go rogue, do whatever you want. But I always like to make sure you have basically a guideline to go by when you're watching a video here on Keleas. Now, that time I just yanked it out of the cover, the decorative sleeve. We don't need that in this case of how we're going to use these. So I'm going to trim this one into a couple of pieces too. So we're going to have a short and a long. And I'm going to put them on the other side. So when you grab the kit from us, it's going to come with an information sheet in there also with a QR code that'll take you back to the video. It'll either take you to the supply list on Keleas.com that has links to the video, or it'll go just directly to the video. So you can go back and watch it, so you're never feeling lost. Our first two pieces are in. We just got a little bit of roses going either way. So cute. She's got a little bit of pink flowers down here in her little mushroom. So we're going to get her a whole good cluster of things going. Now these two little short ones we're going to put in the front. So those are kind of going side by side. I'm going to put the short pieces down here in the front. And I like for this to kind of spill over, like she's working in her garden, and it is loaded with goodies. Of course, this is a mama bunny. You know, that's the way I was gonna make it. So she got a little bouquet going right off the bat. Now I want to put in a little bit of filler for my greenery, and that's why we've got our good boxwood here. I picked out this boxwood for the kit because it's got a little petite leaf, which is going to work great with the scale of everything we're doing. And if you just push these up, they kind of look like the top of carrots. And let's put 3 of these in, and you get this nice little carrot topper, which will work great kind of going around the perimeter of the design because her little container has the carrots going around it. So I need to kind of measure what good height that would be. So I'm going to trim it off and see, okay, that would be a little too long, a little shorter. All right, once you get that great height, let's take and put a couple in right here along the edge. So it looks like we're continuing the look of a carrot. Isn't that cute? I love it. So we've got roses kind of popping out between the carrots. And we can just go right around that perimeter when we put these into that foam. I love this. This is just too fun to create. one in the front, and let's come on the outside. And you can give them a little bend too, so they kind of pop out. So now it gives those like a whole dimension that she's got a whole truckload of these carrots in there. Oh my gosh, look how cute. Is this going to be fun to make with your grandkids? I know they're going to love it. Now, grab your egg pick, and this one has a whole bunch of eggs on here. And we can put some eggs in here. I'm going to use some of these eggs in our other project too, but why don't we put a couple in here? And if you look here, we've got a teal flower, so I think this blue colored egg would be perfect right here. So I'm just going to take and tear that one off the stem. And I got a little pink egg up there too, so we're going to keep those. And then let me take some of these little pink longer flowers that are kind of cute, and let's cut those off here. Here's one more. You know what? I think we'll swipe this other pink egg too right here. We'll swipe this one off here. So I'm not stealing them all because I want to save some of these eggs for my other project that comes in the kit. You can do what you want. You can put all the eggs in here. If you let the grandkids be in charge, they'll get to do what they want. I think it'll be just too much fun. So I'm going to take some of the little flowers that we just pulled off that stem, and we're going to pop these in. Oh, these are so much fun. We'll have that one coming up, and let's have the other one kind of going down. We're kind of working a mini line, and when I teach floral design in design school, this is the kind of things we're looking for. We're creating lines to help create movement in our pieces, and that's what we're doing right now. You see, we created a cute little line from top to bottom. It's a perfect center little area to put those eggs. So grab the eggs. They're going to go in next. So I'm going to trim them off. We're going to put that teal one right in the middle because I want her to look from this angle where you can see that little teal flower on the bottom. So even though this is a very small piece, we still use a lot of our principles of design when we're putting her together so we can make a really polished look. Now I'm going to take my 2 eggs and we're going to cut these at different heights. One tall and one short. Okay, and then these are going to kind of cluster in around my little egg here in the middle. She's so cute. So this mama bunny, she's got a whole load of eggs to deliver, and she's got some carrots in here. So when her little eggs hatch, she's got carrots, she's got all the things. Look how precious. Our last little touch, I want you to grab some of that ivy, and we're going to just use a little bit of it. And the ivy bush has some streamers, which you want to use a couple of those, and then some taller pieces. So I'm going to cut 2 of the taller pieces off right here. And then we're going to come back and cut off a trailer and cut it off long right here. Let's divide this into 2. So I'm going to trim this as long as I can. So I get a little trailer and a longer trailer. Now bend that stem. You can always bend your stems no matter how little or big. Sometimes you might need a little like muscle to do it. This one's going to be easy because I wanted to get it out and over and trail over. Now remember that pink little line we created here? If we can accent that line with a little greenery underneath it, it'll kind of extend that eye out from there. So go from your little pink piece that we put in right here, and we're going to put this right underneath. So the cool thing, you're still, even though we're doing this on a little scale, you're still learning some principles to build upon. So your floral design skills can improve. And when you're ready to do bigger and better and larger projects, you can come to design school with us. You can come join us. We can give you the link for that too in the comments. But once again, this is a super great starting point for you to play with this. Our leaves are going to come in right around here where we already have some of our boxwood coming in beside our little eggs. And that gives us a couple different types of greenery, so we get a nice texture. I'm going to put this one kind of towards the back, towards her little head. She's got a little, it's like a little metal shovel back here in her hand, so I'm going to kind of come right beside it. And look, we kind of have that chucking out that side, this one over here. And let's take one more piece and kind of have it go to the front, and we'll have it kind of work over the edge. So your final design is going to be totally up to you, but I hope you enjoy doing these little projects with me like this. These are super cute, of course. Look how cute she is. Look at her with her whole bucket loaded with florals and eggs. Super cute, fun, easy. They are great space savers where you need just that touch of Easter. Okay, we got gold bunny ears, we got carrots, we got all the cute stuff, and we're going to work on a large wreath base today, and it's going to be so much fun. So let's hop right to it. We've got our grapevine ready to rock and roll, and this is a big one. And what we're going to do is we're going to start off by getting our main pieces in, and for us, that's going to be our ears and our carrots. Let's get the carrots in first, because when you mix these cute carrots with these ears and the ribbons we have planned out, it's stinking adorable. Y'all, make sure you're asking for the supply list in the comments. The carrots go in first. And I'm going to start with one kind of up high here, off to the side. And I've already put a cable tie through it so I can easily attach it. So we're going to get the first piece put on right here. And, oh, make sure you got to go in the right way, because if it's backwards, it's going nowhere. So I'm going to get the first one on. It's a little wonky when you first start. Don't worry, we got this. I got to take and get it kind of up here to the right, and I want it to be this direction. Now, we may need to put one at the bottom too, but I'm going to get my first piece in and kind of see how it moves around. Once I know what we're dealing with here, that'll tell me a lot as far as how I can put the two pieces in. Okay, so that one's in to start. Really good. Okay, so our second carrot, we want to kind of cluster these up together, and I want this one to be a little bit lower, so right in here. So I'm okay with this. We can trim that little piece off. I'm going to slide this back a little bit. Yay, I love it. The next one's going to go right beside it, kind of like snuggling up to it. So I'm going to go through a couple of pieces of the grapevine here and tuck it in. And then we're going to have to do a little bit of a shake test to see if we need to put some more ties in at the bottom. We'll see. We'll see how much she's going to wiggle around. All right, the top one's in, the bottom one's in. So I think we will put one more tie down here on this one. Look how cute they are together. Just so that they, it doesn't end up twisting out too much. Because when I'm going to make these, I'm going to teach you how to make them properly so you can sell them to your customers. And when they open them in the mail, we want to try to do our best to kind of foresee what could shift around. And so in this case, I feel like this could move like that and not look so appealing when they open it. It's going to be fine, but so let's put one a little bit lower. So I'm going to poke a little hole back here, and we'll put another little cable tie lower. No big deal. And there's no, you don't have to do that at first. You can kind of see what's going to happen and then do it. So I just poke that with the awl and I come back in here. I'm using my long 14-inch cable ties. You could go shorter, but I just find them easy to work with. All right, and we're going to try to go through just a couple of pieces here just to keep this dude from flopping around too much. All right, and I'll tuck that in the back and just trim it off. Yay! Okay, and these are going to kind of be in this direction where they're kind of up here in this quadrant of the design. Next step is to put the ears in. The ears are going to be really dramatic, and they're going to go right kind of where our bows are going. So we're going to have a bow up top and a bow down low. So I want the ears to be popping out of them. So let's kind of get started. These have long stems, and we pull in a little of that gold color. I'm just going to gently give them a little bit of movement. And you can always do this with any stem you have, whether it's floral or not. Go slowly so you don't crease anything, but you can generally give things a little bit of movement. So see, now they have a little curve to them instead of being flat. All of that kind of adds a little depth and dimension to your pieces, and that's one of my big pet peeves, where if you work on that, you can actually get more for your work when you're designing. So I'm going to put this one here, and let's go with this one maybe right in here. I'm going to leave a little bit of a stem. Now, don't worry that this is moving, because we haven't even put a hanger on it. We don't even exactly know where our center is. We'll do that towards the end, okay? So this one's going to go right in there, and I am going to just push it right down into the grapevine. Right here, looking cute. So our first set of ears will be right here. I love it. Now my second set of ears is going to be kind of down here in this zone. I'm leaving the stems a little bit long so we can manipulate them how we want to curve them once the bows are in, but I'm thinking this one looks super cute, kind of coming over the carrots a little bit. So right in here. So cute. I love this. Let's put that one down there. This bunny is so cute. He's all up in our wreath, him and his friends. Now, anytime you have a little bit of glue showing, I'm always going to suggest you grab a little Spanish moss and you just go ahead and cover it up right now. That's my own little pet peeve, and it helps things hold in place. Okay, so we got our ears in, we've got our carrots in, and now next step is greenery. So our greenery stems are like this. They are long and lush, and they easily break into 3 sections. Just tear them down real easy. And then the top section, we can trim it off. And we're going to be able to take and have 3 different sections that look exactly like this for our greenery as we go around. Now, shape this up. This one has a fern, it has a leaf, it has a berry, it's got all the things. Now, a bow is going to go in here, and then we're going to need to reach out from the bow. So let's start kind of up here at this top section and put these in, okay? So I'm going to give it a swirl and put the first one in here. Beautiful. And then I'm going to grab my other 2, and we still need to do the same thing, shake hands. Now, some of these have this cool twig in here, and I'm going to cut the twig out because we're going to save that to put in at the end, because I want to use those twigs to my definitely to my advantage when I'm putting it in. So I'm getting some glue on this one. We're going to come down a little bit right in here and fluff these out. Ooh, look at that. Let's do the greenery down here at the bottom. This stem, we're just going to take and tear it down. Now, if you go to the supply list and you see some are password protected, that's because those are exclusively for our design school students. So just know if it's one of those, you won't have access to it unless you're in our class. Now I'm gonna fluff this out and separate it all where it's really looking good. There's my twigs I want to save because I'm gonna treat those like the crowning glory that they are gonna be. All right, let's take and put a couple of these down here. And I know I'm gonna want one kind of coming in front of the ears down here at the bottom. Let's put this one here. Oh, I love that. Super cute. Look how cute this is. We got the little cluster of green berries coming up there. Oh, I love that. Look how cute. We're getting started. We're just barely getting going. And then let's have another little cluster here at the bottom. And this one can kind of come out from down below where the bow is going to be down here. Isn't that going to be fun? So as of right now, we are saving a couple of pieces of greenery. And then we are going to be popping some of these fun mums in here too that are really full. They have that really good center. But we've got to get the bows in first because we're going to take up the real estate. If you need the link to when we made these bows and you didn't see how to make these bows, just let us know. They're also on the supply list for this project. But the long bow is going to come in and it's going to be right down here at the bottom. It's going to go right in this section with the carrots. And I'll put this right in here. Oh, it's going to be so cute. So excited about it. I'm going to slide it right in. Okay, and we're going to come back and tie this in tight. I'm trying to weave it back through the grapevine. All right. So once it's in, I'm going to trim off its little tail of the cable tie. But now you've got to go to work fluffing it up, okay? Because you've compacted it a little bit, and we want to make sure, I want that ear to be kind of coming out the center of the bow. Yeah, it's perfect. Let me show you. Oh, look how cute. Stinking cute. I can move it up a little since we're working on the bottom. Really, really cute. And that little bit of gold in that ribbon pulls in the gold from the ears. That was all part of the plan. So when I walk you through a design, I'm teaching you how to do that. And that's something you learn every week in design school, how to pull those elements together. And the mechanics behind what we're doing, and of course the techniques and tips that I've learned over the past 20, I think we're 27, however many, a long time, a lot of years. Oh, look how pretty. Bows in, secure, very nice. Now my next bow goes at the top, so let's bring the wreath down. In this bow, we're going to shift the angle on it just slightly so it matches the angle of the ears, and it's going to tuck in right here. Those ears coming out the top of the bow is just perfect. So grab your cable tie. We're going to run it around a few pieces of the grapevine here, and I'll just tuck it in. I am paying attention to my angle I'm putting it on because to me, that's a really important detail. And once again, something we do in design school is we talk about options for placement and why I am picking the one I'm picking. And how to find the end of the cable tie. No, I found it. Tuck it in. Tuck it in. Trim it off, and then I want to hide that little bit, that little fat part of the cable tie. I just want to make sure it's not going to be visible. Oh, look how cute these little ears are coming out. I love that. All right, and just pull this all out. Look how cute. That black and white check is popping. So our bows are working opposite each other, and look how cute. We're doing really good. I love this overlapping the carrots. Okay, now I'm going to cut these berries out right here because I want them a little bit shorter. So that's okay. If your stem needs to be just a little bit shorter, just trim it. We can come in and fix that. Now, I've got some greenery we're going to kind of add at the end, but I'm ready to get these cute little puffballs in. And in this case, we're going to not use the leaves. I'm just going to push them down. These remind me of like, I speak for the trees. You know, put it in the comments. Okay, I'm going to trim these down on this bush so we get them all into individual stems. Now, these are just so fun because they almost look like little bunny tails. They're so poofy, but they've got that pop of orange that we've got going in this whole design. So once I've trimmed them all down, here they are. Now I'm going to take and pair them up together where they go into twos. And our first goal is we're going to try to get a couple tucked in just kind of tight to the bow to start with because they're so stinking cute. So let's put a couple here at the top. I love these. And so it kind of looks like the little bunny tail is orange. And we make a little fat little, it's flowers, but I still like that little poofy part. Nice, 2 there. Let's go 2 up above here, and we're gonna make them into their own little cluster. And then off screen here, if you see me, I'm dipping them into glue. They're going into glue. So if you don't know what a glue skillet is, we can definitely show you and tell you all about that. Just ask in the comments. And these 2 will go right here. And then we're gonna work 2 on this side of the bow. A longie and a shorty, and these are gonna come out a little bit more. We wanna work on developing the lines that we have created and kind of reinforce them with our floral choices and our greenery, and then we do it with our twigs too. And we get really good lines. All right, now down here at the bottom, I'm gonna do a tall one and a short one. And here, I'm gonna pop some right above the little ears. They're so cute. Get a good amount of glue on there when you're going in. I'm gonna pop these in right here. Perfect. And then I like to give them a little bend where their little florals heads kind of come forward. Okay, so we got so far all of those. Whoa, it's so cute. Ooh, I love it. All right, let's come down. Now, I'm going to have a couple coming out the bottom too. And I'm going to take it, get a lot of glue on this, right down the bottom of the bow. Push this in right here. And give it a twist up. Ooh, I like that. I got to turn these leaves forward. Can't have them backwards. And then I think I'll take the last 2 here, kind of rocking out the right side here. I'm just going to take this, go right into the wreath base, and these will be just right on this side. How cute is that? And I'm going to give a little bit of a bend. Okay. Oh, yay! All right, I got a great shape going. Some of my funnest part, it's the funnest. We're going to put those twigs in. I'm going to show you how. So we got to do twigs. We're going to finish up with our little bit of greenery. And the thing we want to do with the greenery at this point is we had a good foundation started, but now we want to soften all the edges of everything with our greenery. So I'm going to take these and cut them into separate sections, the couple of pieces I have left, and we're going to use these to kind of soften the edges. So I know some would look great coming out of the top of the bunny head. So I'm going to put a little bit right up here, the ears, and let those just kind of say, hello, I'm here for the party. And just shoot right between the ears. We've got some other fern up here, so let me make sure it's not backwards. I don't like it backwards. And then I need a little bit more kind of supporting this piece here. So I'm going to take this one, the green berry, and we'll kind of come down a little bit. So when I say reinforcing the line, like we have a direction going, and we want to reinforce it with some other flowers to kind of, our greenery in this case, to kind of support the shape we've got going. I'm going to even bring a little bit of it out. Come out a little bit more like I like it. All right, now over to this side where we got the carrots. Automatically my bow is like anchoring hard down here at the bottom. It looks amazing, but I could use some more greenery to soften up into the carrots. So I'm going to do the same thing over there. I'm going to cut this spray that we already had broke down into half, and then we'll bring it in. Okay, so what has to happen is I'm going to have this go out between our little pom-pom mums and pop it in right here. And now it kind of overlaps those carrots and softens them. I love that. In design school, we call that breaking the plane of different elements, and it's a big deal to me and really important. Now, I'm going to tuck in behind the bow a little bit here, just to fill in with the other pieces of greenery. I've got some cute little, oh, I'm hitting my ribbon. Let me reload it with glue. So if you start hitting something, you lose your glue. There we go. I'm going to tuck that in right there. Okay, and then let's go back on the left. Man, this is cute. And then I'm going to kind of come, maybe just a little bit here, kind of going up into the other bow from this way. Just where they're slightly clashing here. I love, that's so cool. These ears are there. Oh my gosh. Okay, as promised, twig time. It's twig time. The twigs are going to come in. I'm going to use the twigs just at the top because I love, look at our down bow. Like, this bow is crushing it. And I think we can just use the twigs at the top to kind of balance it out a little bit with the shape. So I'm just going to take these, and I like to curl them because that's fun. Curl them all up, and then we're going to shape them up how we want. Just like we did the ears. You can shape all this when you're shopping with us on Keleas.com, the stuff we sell, we really try to have good quality pieces that have good wires and bases, so you can make pieces to last a long time that you're really proud of. Or if you want to become a seller and we help you learn how to do that, I want to make sure you know I really believe in selling quality products so your customers come back year after year. And that starts with great quality supplies to build your product out of. And then, of course, the great mechanics I'm going to teach you in design school. And the combination of all that and the community that you're going to find in our class is going to make you love designing. We're making our second bunny. Hi, Bluerinos. We're getting ready to make the cutest new kit. It's going to start off with these cute little containers. This one with the cute carrots, and then this one has a little wheelbarrow. It is a great way to start playing with and introduce yourself to artificial florals. It's a 2-part video kit where you get both of the containers and you get a bunch of supplies you can pick with to make your design. Let me show you some of the florals that come with the kit. We've used some, but I want to show you how much you have left, so you have lots of control on your design. We've got some mini roses, which are great and perfect and small to go in. We have a little mini ivy, which is excellent. There's a lot of it here, more than we need, but you can take and have this coming out of your arrangement as much as you want. Then our boxwood for greenery, of course. And then this one we've been chopping on so far. We've got berries and eggs and little berries here that can go in the design. And some of this is slated for this container. When you get the kit from us, the only thing it won't have is like hot glue, the wire cutters you'll need to cut the stems, and then you're going to need a little floral foam. But all that you can get at your local craft store. A little bitty block of floral foam is all we need. So this is actually a piece left from something we made in design school. I always save my little pieces because you can see how that can pop right in there and be just big enough for this design. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in, and I'll just scrape it off. You do want a good amount of hot glue. If you want to make it a little more permanent, put a little Gorilla Glue underneath. If you want to make it removable, you can even take and just put some double stick Velcro on the bottom, put a Velcro on each piece, and then it can just kind of pop in and pop out if you wanted to make it removable. Now, I'm thinking that these projects are super to do with grandkids because they're small and little, but they would also be fun to make for the grandparents with the kids. So it's very versatile, but even if you don't have any kids or grandkids, this you need to make it for yourself because it's fun and it's easy. It's a great introduction to floral design. We're going to start off with a little bit of greenery to kind of start our base out. So grab our ivy. That's what we're going to use first. This is my electric skillet with hot glue. You can use a glue gun. Just be very careful. I love this because the glue is not as hot in there. A little safer, but still hot. So it could still burn or hurt you. But I use it all the time to be able just to dip my stems in, making it super easy. Now let's kind of create like our flow and which way we want her to go. Over here, she has a whole bunch of mushrooms. And on this side, she has blue flowers. Her head kind of turns this way. So I think we want to design this way where the mushrooms are kind of showing forward with a few more blue flowers in the background. So let's take this little greenery and we're going to kind of let it trail out. So I'm going to trim it down. We're going to kind of shape out our design first. Now I thought it'd be cute if like this bunny's been working in her garden and she's kind of got a harvest. So like each section is its own harvest in this little wheelbarrow. Well, that'd be cute because she's been out picking eggs too because she had to get the eggs. So let's start off with our first section of her harvest, which is going to be these pink berries. This is going to be fun. So the pink berries, they come on this egg pick and they're these little clustery berries. So I'm going to cut these off and they could even be like, let's pretend they're delphiniums and like she's been harvesting a big bunch of delphiniums. So I'm going to cut them all off of this stem and we're going to put them in a cluster on her cart right in her wagon. So I think they'd be really pretty kind of shooting back here up by her shoulder. That's a heavy load, right? So she's got to support them, you know. This is a girl bunny. She's doing all the work. She's hustling. We know she's the girl boss bunny. That's what it is, girl boss bunny. All right, so let's load these in their own cluster. Now remember, when I do these designs, they're just inspirations. It can be a boy bunny and he's hustling on the farm and maybe he's gonna have a whole different harvest than we're doing. Just play with it, have fun with designing and really enjoy the process. All this detail work is fun because you get to kind of slow down and enjoy the process. So I accidentally just pulled off the stem. Don't worry if that happens, you just glue it back on, push it back in. We need that because it's a stronger wire in there. So I'm gonna put that back on, put this in here and kind of come side by side. You're so cute. I love you, little bunny. Okay, so this is in its own little section in her cart. Let's put a little greenery beside it just to kind of soften the edges. I'm gonna take a couple of pieces of this is our ivy. And I'm gonna take a couple pieces of ivy and we're gonna cut them off. And let's just kind of flank her little cluster with the ivy. So we're going to put it either side. Now, when I'm teaching in design school, the kind of the technique we're using right now is called cluster designing. We're just using the mini scale. And we're kind of telling a story that she's transporting her goods to market that way. But this is a real design technique where you use clusters of florals to create a dynamic impact. Same type thing we're doing here. Next section is going to be the roses. Not only does she have these cool berries in her garden, well, delphiniums as we're calling, we're going to get her some of these mini roses because she just harvested a bunch of these. So I'm going to take 2 stems of these and cut them off. Now, our technique we need to do here is really get them clustered together, okay? So I'm going to take and cut the stems to little bitty stems like this, trim off the wire that comes off the top, and we're going to manipulate them into little clusters, okay? Because they kind of go out. You're going to have to kind of twist them and kind of bring them together a little bit when we put them together. Now, pull off this little cover part because we want the stem potentially to be here. I'm going to push this on here. There you go. So I just pulled that off and added these to that stem, and I got a good cluster. A nice little cluster. So let's put that in. These will be so pretty in this section up here, just kind of cascading over the front. So let me get my first piece in. And so instead of spreading these all around, they're going to go in this one section, okay? So let's do that right now. I'm going to try to get you zoned in on Bunny a little bit. This is so fun. I love these. Making these little designs like this is very therapeutic if you've never played with it. So there's a stem right here I can add one to. Pull this off this stem, and I can kind of create a bigger cluster on one here. There we go. It's relaxing, it's therapeutic, it's like crafting, and you don't really have to get in and hurry at all. You can just take your time and play with this design. There is going to be no wrong or right way, but I think you're going to love doing the clustering. I know every time we do it in design school, everybody loves it, and it's also a great way to stand apart when you're a seller, because most people don't think of designing that way. So play with it, and if you want to learn more about it, come to design school, because it's something we work on about once a quarter for different seasons. We bring in some designs like that. Okay, I'm putting them all on there, and with my last little piece in. So literally, you see how she has got a huge bouquet of the roses, and they're coming out of her cart. Oh, is it so cute already? All right, I have one that got away here. Let me take this one and glue it and put it in. It was just sitting over there. I love that. Okay, now let's get her, like, she needs a little greenery in here, like she harvests some boxwood too. We'll call them carrot tops because that'll be more fun. So let's get some carrot tops in the design, which if you'll just take and push up this boxwood, it makes a really cute looking carrot top. Trim those off. And let's have these kind of work out of the middle, but lay to the back right here, okay? So the cluster is going to come this way over the back. So we'll start laying them down. And I'm going to start with one with kind of a long stem, but then you're going to want to cut the stems a little shorter and cascade that back. So we're going to keep bringing them in. So just trim and put them in, just layering them on top of each other. And this is laying down, because remember, she's harvesting out of her garden. Sometimes when you design and you create a story about what you're making, it's also incredibly, it's like fantasizing and relaxing and getting in, like, into the process. It just feels so fun and creative. It's like a really great creative outlet. Okay, look at that. She got the carrot top. She got her big harvest of delphiniums. Oh, she had a big harvest of roses. And last but not least, we've got her eggs, because she had to go get the chicken eggs. She's got a whole load. So before we do the berries, let's get all the eggs off here, okay? And pull them aside. Let's trim these off. Now the eggs are going to kind of come right here. There's going to be a big cluster of eggs right in the middle, and it might leave us a little bit of room to do some berries underneath potentially. We'll see. So we're going to open these up because I need to cut them with a strong stem. I am not a pick machine girl, so I don't ever want to use a pick machine, and they don't really work without a really minor, they don't work on this size of arrangement because they're going to be too big generally. You can get a little short pick, but it doesn't really work. So in this case, we want to make sure we're trimming where there is a strong wire on all of these. So that's what I'm going to do right now. And sometimes you'll leave a longer stem than you need, but we can come back and trim that off. So once they're off, you can see everybody's got a good strong wire on it. So I'm going to start off with the really pretty big teal egg, and she's going to lay right over here against those roses because I know that's a perfect little color combo. And then let's put the pretty cream back here against the pink because then that'll just show up pretty. Now the light pink we're going to put right next to it in here, okay? Right in here. So these three are going right where those come together. So our last little section is to do right here where we have the ivy. First, let's put a little bit more ivy, and then we're going to use some of those cute berries on top. But if I just put the berries, you'd be able to see through to the inside. So this is going to be so a good foundation that we create with the ivy. So you guys, we did 2 different arrangements with these containers in this whole project. So let me know if you didn't see the other video. Just ask for it. We'll put it in the comments. If you haven't gotten a spot on our text list, you're going to want to do that. The text list is like something that we own. So no matter if anything goes awry, I can get back in touch with you and let you know when our latest video is that has come out. And if you're on the text list, you're only going to get notifications for new content. So that way you're not always getting just like seeing a replay. You're first to know what's new. And that is so valuable. So if you're not on there yet, go to textkelea.com, textkelea.com, and you'll just enter your information and it's going to send a text to your phone. So that's not here in the comments. It's all done on your phone and makes it so easy. All right, we've got our sections looking good, and she looks really cute. We could just end with ivy here, but no, I want to use those berries. I don't want to leave these left behind. I want to put these in next. So with the berries, I need to kind of cluster them up too. So let's see what kind of magical combo we've got going here. So I'm going to trim those off. And you're going to have to take each of these and cut them with their own little stem. Now I'm going to take that greenery off. We'll save that for something else. But each of these we're going to cut with a little firm stem. Now that's okay. That can stay like it is. Oh, it's 2 separate cuts. Nope, got to cut it. That's okay. Cut it and then cut these pretty short. All right. Now let's kind of start to build up our cluster. And I am going to just take and cut these down because they're a little pretty long, but let's put our first one in and we'll work just like we did here. We'll work from long backward. So I'm going to put the white berries in first, kind of having them come out the front of the wheelbarrow right here. Okay. Yes, cute. And let's go with pink right beside it. That's cute. Okay. Do the same thing up here. I'm going to take these off. Like that pink and cream. And I am going to swipe the pink and green. The only color I'm going to leave out is the purple because I didn't use any purple in this design. So we're going to keep those 2 berries out. But we're going to use the pink, the green, the cream, and the pink. It's a couple of different pink colors here. So let's take these 2 light pinks. We're going to put them kind of towards the, in between these 2. Now I'm going to come with the pink up here a little higher. And we're just going to start to tuck this in. Now, I'll show you something really cute. Let's put the green right in the middle. And so we kind of made a cluster, but they're kind of coming out a little bit longer than I want them to. So if you'll just get like a little stick, a pencil would work. I'm going to use a little shish kebabs here because I have those on hand. If you'll just take and curl these up, they're super cute curl too. And it makes them just a little bit shorter and just a little bit more interesting. So just come in and do that with anybody you want to be a little shorter, and you don't have to curl the whole thing. Isn't this detail work fun? I think it is so much fun to do little details. And you can take and add in little details like this to your bigger projects also. Oh my gosh, Blue Merino, so cute, curled up and coming out. And let's do one more. So the pip berries I'm curling up, and then these berries we're going to just put in kind of half the size they were, and kind of put in kind of coming out of that cluster. So I hope this is encouraging you to try a design that is a little bit different. It's still got a lot of detail and it has depth and dimension to it, but it's on a very small scale. And you know, of course, you can sell these, you can make these for gifts. They're great teacher gifts. They're great gifts for church members, things like that, your friends and family. But they're also good for you to play with and create for yourself. Sometimes we don't let ourselves have something for ourselves. And you could go to town and create your own little piece like this. And you could be the farmer just like she is, racking up the haul from the garden. We are going to put this carrot into a wreath. And we normally make these carrots on their own, super easy, but I thought, how fun would it be to put a giant carrot in a wreath? So you know it's going to be fun for sure. So let's get going. Say hello. Come on in, and let us know you're watching. We're so blessed to have you here. Wherever you're watching, make sure you like and follow, subscribe, get live notifications, do all the things, because that helps us grow and continue to provide free content for you to enjoy and to learn how to floral design and all this good stuff that I love to do. So let's get going. We're going to keep it. It's Friday night. We're going to have a lot of fun on my... If you want to see behind the scenes in a different angle, you know you can go over to TikTok and watch us. On TikTok, we're Keleas.com. And our TikTok viewers over here, hey guys, good to see you. You guys watching on YouTube or Facebook, make sure you just leave a comment. If you have any questions, leave a hello. We'll get back to you and we'll help you whatever you need. I see you guys coming on. Hi, Cindy. Fantastic. All right, so far, we're going to start off super easy. This is an 18-inch grapevine. I've been using a lot of 18s lately. I like things huge. I'm from Texas, remember? We like them big, big, big. Oh, you guys, don't forget, our text list is where you want to be. The whole time we were at market, we send out texts to people on our text list to get feedback about what we were carrying. So make sure you're on there. Go to textklee.com. The number is also in the description of this post. So you can join us. Hi, Patty. Good to see you. I got two Patties with the eyes. Hello, guys. Hey, Teresa and Brenda. Fantastic. Now, I'm going to get going with some greenery to get this party started. But last Wednesday, we made this bow, right? Because it's such a cute, stinking cute bow. This one. I cannot resist using it. It's similar to the one we made on the bunny, but it's a little bit different. Isn't it cute? I love using the check in there as a contrast. I think it's so fun. So let's get going. Hey, Cheryl. Hi, Glenda. Hi, Tommy and Debbie Davis. Good to see you guys. Hey, Kathy. We've got a lot of our regulars on here. If you're over on TikTok, you want to say hi, please do. Say hello. I'll talk back to you. I will. So these are real easy to work with. You can shred them. And don't forget, we're going to text the supply list out. We'll either do it right after the video. We probably will do it right after the video today. Or we'll do it tomorrow. Happy Friday to you, Diana. I need to cut this one. This one's a little tight. Let me cut it. I'd like to tear these, but it wasn't cooperating. Oh, good. Thanks, Janet. Awesome job. Awesome job. Absolutely spread the love wherever you can. We appreciate it for sure. Okay. Y'all, these are pretty good. What Smelly Mel calls these, like stubs or nubs. These are pretty good nubs to keep. They make good wreath hangers, so I'm going to hold on to those. Always check your stems of your flowers, because if they have good texture or they're easy to mold and bend, you want to hold on to them. All right, let me bring my camera over here with me. We'll move over just a little bit. How you guys doing over there? Y'all can see what's going on. Fantastic. All right, let me bring that. Well, I don't have to bring that over there. I'm trying to get in my comfort zone, guys. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Susan, so what they're asking about, guys, on the comments is I just got back from a buying market where you go buy wholesale. So to go to those markets, you have to be able to buy wholesale, and you can just check on the market's website to see what the rules are, okay? Every market has its own rules. There's markets throughout the country. This was the one in Dallas. Hello, Rhonda. Party time, Georgie. Girl, I like it. Coming in strong with the party time. So let's get some of this in. I picked out a greenery for this that's long and lanky. We've got to offset this gigantic carrot. So we've got to have this long length to go off of it. Fantastic. You guys, make sure also you're letting us know here, but in the text list also. Do both. Hello, Donna. Great to see you. So glad you're here hanging out with us. All the blue merinos are coming tonight. Oh my gosh, y'all. When I was getting ready to, I was filming for a TikTok, like a regular TikTok before I got started on this project, because I try to remember to do something cute to catch people's eyes on TikTok. And I threw the bow up here on the wreath because I'm going to edit the image where it looks like the bow lands up there when it's all done. And it actually stuck on the wreath perfectly. Perfectly. It was crazy. Hi, Ginger. Good to see you guys. Oh my gosh. Hey, Kamala. Good to see you. All right. I got a couple of greeneries at the top. Now I'm going to have a couple at the bottom. Hey, Carolyn. Thank you, Amelia. Hey, Kim. You guys are just coming in strong tonight. All right. Let's have a little bit of action down here. I love this one. I like this greenery because it just reaches out so far. And if you've never been here before, I'm using Spanish moss to cover my glue. So that's what you see me rolling up. And I don't like to see mechanics in designs. I like that all to be hidden. So that's something I consistently am working on with my design school students. I kind of beat it into their heads. I'm nicely beat it into their heads. Hey, Shawnee. Hey, Suzanne. Oh my gosh. Hey, is it cold where you're watching from? How's your weather? Tell me. And by the way, we just got like a bunch of florals in. They are not all online yet, so hold your breath. Oh my gosh, they're so pretty. I cannot wait to play with all of them. Hey, Donna. Hey, Carolyn. Oh, Carolyn, I think I tagged you on your wrong profile, but I saw some cute music stuff for you at market. Oh my gosh, I think I tagged you on the wrong one. All right, let's put 3 and 3 here. I've still got one more bush of greenery if we want to add more. Oh, thanks, Penny. Hello, Vicky. All right, let's put one more at the bottom. Okay, let me bring this over here so I can see what you guys are seeing. I think I can raise it up maybe a little higher, but I don't know if I can go all the way. Let me see. Yeah, you can see that okay. Let me zoom in just a little bit. 24 degrees with 10 inches of snow. Oh, I'm complaining about, I don't own really winter clothes. I don't have proper winter clothes. I need to do some shopping, literally. I need to. If it's going to stay winter for any length of time, I've got to get serious about this. I'm never going to get serious about winter, right? Oh my gosh. I did get to the Dallas market. Yes, I did. We got all of our shopping done. And oh my gosh, we prepared for our subscription boxes, which is so exciting. So y'all are going to have to be watching out for those. They're going to be amazing. How you guys doing on TikTok over here? Oh my gosh, minus 25, Sandy. Holy moly. You win, Sandy. Minus 25, Sandy. Where are you watching from? Sandy must be somewhere where it's very cold. Oh, Linda, 33. Whoa. Oh, Jamie, in Colorado Springs, it was 60. Listen to this. This is crazy. All right, now my second greenery I'm going to bring in with is kind of like a filler bush. Can you see it here, guys? It is just fun because it works like a greenery and it has like a little berry on there. It's just a really nice texture. So I think it's a fun one to use. Oh, Sandy's from Minnesota. Oh my gosh, y'all. Sandy's watching over on TikTok, Minnesota. Oh my gosh. That's the real deal. Teens, Teresa. Oh my goodness. Wilhelmine 36. Oh, wow. Hey, Miss SpongeBob. Good to see you. Good evening. Y'all, I don't do winter very well. I know it's just January and it's even going to get worse in February here in Houston, but I'm going to cross my fingers. Oh, good. The snow is melted. I mean, maybe that's bad. Maybe it's good to have the snow not melted. Susan, 11 degrees in Iowa. Y'all, I'm not adjusted to that. No, no, no. So I'm going to start off by putting one of these greeneries just a little bit lower here. And then I think I'll have one to go the opposite direction coming down from there. We're just going to fill in kind of between where we put the others. Kind of get it just built right up. All right, if you guys have questions over here, I see some more folks coming on to TikTok. Ask away. I'm happy to help. I'm Keleas if you've never been here. If you're new on Facebook too, let us know. We've been getting a lot of new people from our reels. If any of you guys are in business coaching over at Makers University, you guys have to be utilizing your reels on Facebook. They are helping us grow so much. So make sure you're doing that. And if you're not a member of Makers University, you want to learn more about having a business online and optimizing social media, make sure you go over to coachkeleas.com. It will take you directly over and you can learn more and more. Because we're always learning, for sure. Brenda, it's pretty cool how I did the woodsy wreath things at Market was loaded with woodsy stuff. Maybe I started the trend. Nah, I can't take credit for the trend. The woodsy thing has been around for years. I would say it ebbs and flows. One of the newer trends I saw this year, which is not exactly new, but it's kind of like mixing that boho style that's really trending for weddings and some home decor and mixing that with farmhouse a little bit. It's really pretty interesting. And that was something I just saw at the wholesale market. It's not rocket science or anything, but I thought it was pretty, very clean lines. And if it's what the younger generations want, that's fine. Jenny says, how do you determine, she's got a quite great question, y'all. How do you determine if you're using greenery or filler? Usually a filler would be a flower, okay? In this case, it's not a flower, and it's not a contrasting color. Like you could have a cute orange filler flower or a cream filler flower. Instead, we decided to use the green that's already in here. But it's got like a little lighter berry. The berry is just a little lighter, so it's adding a little contrast. I generally want 2 to 3 greeneries in a design anyway. So if I have something like this that can serve 2 purposes, that's fine. That's totally fine. That's a great question, Jenny. They can kind of be interchanged depending on the design. Okay, we're going to put one more up here. So we've kind of got the long, lengthy textures here on the ends, and I want them there because I want to drag that eye out the whole length. Y'all, I teach floral design, so that's what we're learning here. Okay, that's what we're learning tonight. If you're on over here on TikTok or you're on YouTube, that's what we're talking about. How to do placement to make this extend out. And you know what? When your wreaths look like they're more dramatic, you can get more money for them. Secret. Debbie says she sold 14 woodland snowman wreaths. It's very popular in Massachusetts. Yay, Debbie, beautiful. It really is. Woodland is super popular at Christmas because people like that natural look. And people have always loved to use natural elements in Christmas. But I appreciate you, Brenda, giving me credit for the trend. I appreciate it. We picked out our theme for this year's workshop. It's going to be different, so y'all stay tuned. I've always got to change up the themes, and we're really excited about this year's workshop. And that will be in the fall next year. So if you're in design school, we'll be telling you all about it. So I'm just kind of mirroring the placement. I'm going to come up here and put one right between. Okay, and that's going to give me one more. And then we have already tied the bow for this project. Can you guys tell them in the comments what days we did bows? What days we do bows in case anybody needs help? Christina says she has one of those carrots left from last year. Perhaps I should try this design. You sure could, girlfriend. You can do this one. You can decorate it up. You can just have so much fun. There's so many options. Who's over here? Hey, Lori, I see you here. You did find me. Fantastic. Make sure you follow me over here on TikTok, too. I don't know if you call it a follow or whatever you call it. Do it. Oh, my gosh, y'all. Okay, let's come in with carrots now. I love these carrots. We used these the other day. I think we used these. Yeah, we did on the bunny. I think they have a really fun texture. I think they just have the coolest texture. Yes, you guys are answering. We do bows on Wednesdays, guys, and I have been going live on TikTok too. It's just you can't see the replay on TikTok. You have to catch us live. So if you want to catch any of our replays, you can go to our blog at Keleas.com. We've got lots of bow videos. Yes, you guys are so good. All right, so these are going to go in next. Obviously, I'm picking out this. I shouldn't say obviously. I'm using a carrot because I'm reflecting the design in the carrot. And then there's this cream kind of off-white dot, which goes perfectly with these carrots. They're muted. Oh, Karen, thank you for the stars over here on Facebook. You are amazing. Thank you. So before we put the carrots in, let's get the bow in. So this was done on Wednesday. This is called a funky bow. It basically has 8-inch tails that go up and down. and crisscross. Becky, we do have the big carrot for sale. We're going to have a supply list for this whole project. As soon as it's done, we'll be texting it out. Yay, Angela! Yay! All right. Let's go ahead and put this in. I'm going to put it right about here where we created the 2 greeneries. Yes, Janet, this whole project comes from Keleas. I try to only use products from Keleas.com because those products are what help keep my family having a roof over our head and taking very good care of my baby and my 2 doggies and my hubby. So, yes, Keleas.com. All right, let's go right in the middle. I'm going to go right down. And I kind of like to put it, you know, instead of straight, I like to kind of go cattywampus with it, like angled. Oh, see how cute that is already? All we did was a bow and greenery. And listen, if you want to be making one of those, what do you call them? Like quick sellers that you can sell multiples of, you could do this. You could totally do this. Easy peasy. You don't have to add a whole bunch of stuff, okay? You know I'm going to add some more and make it snazzy. But greenery and a beautiful bow and a nice piece is ample a lot of times, okay? Hi, Ramona. So good to see you too. And Cheryl, fantastic. I'm so glad to be back, Patty. Thank you for welcoming me back. Thank you. Oh, Beverly's saying she's so excited to see me back home. She loved watching me play Roadrunner on the mobility cart. Yeah, I had to rent a mobility cart at Market to not hurt my knee, just not to be exhausted. So Nicole and I were having more fun creating fun videos for y'all. It was so fun. Well, Karen, I'm glad you're here, and you come anytime. We're so glad you're here. Brenda, am I responsible for your hoarding? We thank you, Brenda. Yes, right, a quick win, right? Really, it is a great quick win when we do these kind of easy projects. All right, let's break some of these down. We have 2 of these picks allocated for the project, so I'm thinking a couple of carrots up top, a couple of carrots down below. So let's get going. I'm going to take and just rip these. I like hand wrap things that are easy to take apart. Hey, Jenny, we are working actually on an 18-inch grapevine base that we started with right here. That's okay. Penny says it was smart to rent the scooter. Yes, it was, because I'm actually still recovering from having COVID, so I get tired too. So, and when you're making a lot of financial decisions, you don't need to be tired and exhausted. You need to be fresh. And y'all, Nicole went with me, and so fantastic. You guys, Nicole's my assistant, but she lives in Florida, so it was really nice to have her along, helping keep us organized. Y'all, we planned out workshops, we planned out simple Saturday projects. It's so fun. I mean, I'm just so excited. Y'all, simple Saturdays will be happening tomorrow, so come join us tomorrow at noon. We got a new video that comes out every Saturday, and there's our first carrot in right there, okay? And tomorrow's going to be fun. It's going to be a good one. I can't wait for you to see it. Yeah, Anna says the funky bow is a great way for you to use leftover ribbon. It sure is. It's also very effective in a lot of projects. Sometimes you don't want to utilize the long tails. Now, a lot of times I love to have long tails, so it's totally fine, and I love that look. But there's other times you just want to pop, you know, you want a little pop. So on the last Bow Wednesday, we did blast off funky bows. So 3, 2, 1. Oh, Sue's ready for spring. Awesome. So I got 2 in there. I'm going to do 3. I'm going to use that third one to kind of come down. I'm looking at the angle of the carrot. I'm trying to complement that with the way I'm putting these in. So I'm just going to come right in here and put that third one. And I kind of like these a little tight to the bow, but they would be a lot of fun kind of shooting out. You see in that wreath on the wall, the white wreath on the wall? We did that in design school, and what we did a little bit different is we did use the florals out on the perimeter to do stuff differently and to try to add some drama to the perimeter of the wreath, where normally the greenery gets the class out there. So I think that turned out so fun, and I think you could do the same thing on this if you wanted to. Just go all hard on the carrots extended out if you wanted to. I'm going to go tight though. Okay. Oh, nice and warm, Mary. Becky, noon central is when the new video comes out, and we'll send out a text alert and you can go enjoy watching it. Oh my gosh. Carol, when did I get COVID? It was at the beginning of December. So kind of before it all exploded again here in Houston. I don't know how it is everywhere, but it's exploded here again. And yes, if you wanted to ask, we were vaccinated, but you know what? We got over it. We're getting better every day. So everything's worked out fine. Oh, that does sound nice, that temperature. Hey, Kay. Good to see you. Thanks, Maya. So we've got our 3 carrots now. We're going to use these on the top. So I'm going to bring the wreath down a little bit so I can reach that and get it rocking and rolling. How you guys doing over on TikTok? How's the questions over here? Hey, Parker. Good to see you. I love you guys popping in on TikTok. I noticed, y'all, that my angle is different, so it's fun. Cheryl, how am I putting in carrots? So I'm taking the carrots and we are just gluing them. They're foam. They're really light. So they're going in easy. So we're going to just mirror the placement we had down here up at the top. Let's go in. Rock and roll. Okay, so I need one kind of close. So I'm just, when I say mirror the placement, I'm just going to repeat what I had down here, up here. Yeah, you just never know, guys. Hey, Teresa. Girl, I love the carrots every year. And if you haven't seen the bunnies on the website, you better get them because some other folks found them. You better hurry. All those bunnies with the top hats are flying off the shelves. All the colored bunnies. We got bunnies. Bunnies are flying everywhere. Yay, Carolyn. Aren't they fun to work with? Oh, yeah. I've been doing the carrots for several years. I sold a lot of them on Etsy. They're just a great little shop filler. And then it's fun. When I normally decorate them, and I think we had a blog post that just came out. I know it did, where we decorate just the carrot. So if you want to see that and try that, you can do that. That's on Keleas.com. Right? Oh, is it, Jenny? Oh my gosh. You're loving the carrots? Me too. Me too. Okay, so there's my carrots. Now, I'm going to pop in. Here you guys go. We're going to put in this little white twiggy berry. I love to add twigs to add dimension and a little depth. And we're picking out this one with the white berries because it's going to mirror the design on the polka dot. See? See? Carolyn, you bought the bunnies too? You're smart. You're smart. You guys, if you're just seeing us for the first time or you're watching over here on TikTok, y'all, it's Keleas.com. It's Keleas.com. Thanks for stopping by. Don't be a stranger. Come shop with us. Spend some money with us or just come hang out and support our family business and my dream. I love y'all. Debbie, the carrots are so cute. Okay, so it's berry and twig time. Now, these will be on the supply list too. You're getting 5 in here. So it won't be exactly even, but I think I'm going to put 3 at the top and 2 at the bottom. You can just make your decision on your design. I think it'd be fun to just kind of come around a little bit more with these. So that's what I'm going to do. You can do yours however you want. Oh my gosh. You used up all of yours already. Oh my gosh, that's great. Santa, it's not a kit, but it's going to have a supply list. So you can buy all of these things. You can buy what you need to make it exactly. Or if you want to eliminate a couple of things and just use that greenery. Or maybe you just want to have a couple of carrots, depending on the price point. We like to do the supply list so you can pick how much you want to put in. How many of everything is plastic? Generally, 99% of everything I sell is plastic. Yes. And flowers are made of polyester. There's really no silk flowers. So it's, even though they're called that, they're really not silk. All right, let's come in here. These right here, these are foam. I love the texture of foam. These are plastic. Plastic, even though some people are offended by plastic florals, the neat thing is they give so much texture to wreaths. And they're really, I do a pretty good job of picking out ones that have a really good paint job. So that's where you can tell the difference. Yeah, Diane, our website is Keleas.com. It's my name, Keleas.com. It's pinned right at the bottom. if you want to go to our website at, what was I going to say? If you want to go to textkeleas.com and get on our text list, we'll send you the supply list directly to your phone. You don't even have to find it. Oh, Kimmy says she's still in a farmhouse Christmas state of mind. Those giant jingle bells and plaid ribbon. Oh my gosh. I was sharing pictures from Market with Design School, and they were loving these big giant bells that were rustic. They were loving it. Okay, let's go right in the center here. I love to add a little bit of twigs. We're just popping. We're popping. Let's put this up here. Let's spread these apart. Okay, and let's come down. I've got 2 to use down. And I think we'll just kind of go either side of the bow and pop those in. Oh, Janet's going to be decorating a wedding frame arch with florals for your friend's son's wedding in October. It'll be your first. Those look so fun. You guys, I saw at Market, and they weren't decorated, or I would have showed them to you guys. They're like a mini table frame. So instead of the big frame that the bride and groom stand over, there were smaller frames for the table. I was like, oh my gosh, I think we need this. Hey, Terry, if you want to get to the supply list, just go to textkeleas.com. And you'll be on our text list, and we'll text you out the supply list so you can find it with one click. You still have 14 Christmas trees up and down, and you got to take them. Cindy, I know. It's fun decorating, but then we have to take it down, don't we? Honey Bunny did take down the inflatables while we were going to Market, which was kind of good because we didn't want them to get wet with any rain. So that was great. But we still have archways to take down and with lights and just so much. Good for you, Suzette. That sounds nice. Yeah, in Houston, it's a little hard to decorate, to figure out exactly what you want to do. Because one day it could be like spring here, and the next day it could be, 30. Which I know y'all are going, Klee, don't complain. I'm not complaining that much. Okay, I really don't think we need the third bush of the greenery. I'm really kind of happy with what we got going on here. That looks adorable. We're kind of letting the carrot speak for itself. I've got one more piece of the greenery, and I'm going to put it just right here in the center because I've got a little bit of a hole. I don't know if you can see that. So always keep like a little piece aside so you can make sure you can pop it in any holes you have. So let's go up here. I'm just going to go right behind my twig. I don't want to hide my twig too much. Got to go a little bit lower, buddy. I can't get it where I want it. I want you low. There we go. Sometimes you got to just fight it to put it in there. Oh my gosh. This was so stinking cute. Y'all, I'm going to give you a close-up. I'm going to bring it closer to the camera. I'm going to open up the frame a little bit. Okay. So you can see how cute it is. Look at this. So stinking cute. I mean, it didn't even have a lot of supplies. You guys over here on TikTok, what do you think? Can you do this? Can you do this? I know you can, y'all. I know you can do this one. Super duper easy. We maybe should have done that on a simple Saturday. It was so easy. I think it's really cute too. So the star of the show, of course, is that bow coordinating with the carrots so well. So when you do your design, you can copy this one exactly. We'll send you out the text list. Or if you want to implement something else, maybe you do a strawberry and you do strawberry bow. Maybe you do a giant cupcake and you do a cupcake bow. There's so many different options and so many different abilities for you to design your own thing. Anytime you watch a tutorial, you can be inspired and knock out your own. I love it mounted to the grapevine also. I think it gives them like a real presence to the design. And there's certainly not going to be anybody else who's got designs like this on their doors. So when you show up to the craft show in the spring, or you put it on Etsy, there won't be a lot of competition in that department, right? All right, guys, I'm going to see you tomorrow for Simple Saturday. Come and join us at noon here on our Facebook page. We'll also be on YouTube as well. I won't see you guys on TikTok because it's a video that comes out. So come join us at Keleas on Facebook, and we'll have that. You're going to have a lot of fun learning some more goodies about floral design tomorrow. Yeah, if you want to follow us on TikTok, please do that. And if you're on TikTok, please come and follow us on the other social medias, because every little social media does things a little bit differently. Yeah, you're going to have to find new spots to put good things like this. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Make sure you're on that text list, and we'll text out the supply list here shortly in just a few minutes. Bye, guys. Have a great night. Go have fun with flowers. And we're ready to make a cute Easter carrot. We've made these carrots all different kinds of ways, and I came up with an even cuter design today for us to play with. These carrots have this great frame where it's metal and it'll help support your whole design. And look how fun this is. You can take and add all kind of depths and dimension by taking and rotating the petals up here on the top of the grass on the carrot. Get them some dimension and get that rocking. I'm always a big fan of that. So for this project, we're using a couple of filler grass here with a little yellow berry, some carrots, some little this is mini leaf bush we're going to put on. We're going to need a little block of phloem, and we have this one already cut. It's going to be going right up here at the top. You'll need a few floral pins and, of course, some ribbons to complement your project. We'll have a supply list for you. Just ask in the comments. If you are on our text list, go to textkeleas.com if you're not already. We'll be texting out not only that this new videos is online for you, but also that the supply list is available. I just took this block of glue and I put it in my glue pot. And if you haven't seen how to use a glue pot before, just come check us out on all our videos. I use them all the time. Now that's kind of going into the metal base there and the grapevine. I'm going to take some of these U pins. These are these little metal pins here. They are shaped like a U. It's kind of hard to see on camera. But we're going to use those in here to hold everything together. So I'm going to kind of come from the back. And we're going to grab the actual frame here as we push these pins in. So that way it gives it a more stable base. I do this a lot with my designs. I am a big fan of foam. You can get the foam at any craft store. That's the one thing we don't sell at Keleas.com. But they have it available at a lot of craft stores. And even some dollar stores have the blocks of foam. And you're going to cut it to this smaller little piece here. You can't go real little, but cut it small enough to where it can... it's a lot less to hide if you keep it small, but it's got to have its strength here. So if it gets too little, it gets weak. Okay, it's all wired in, and that's good to go. It's really easy to build our design off of this. Now, the next thing I want to do is I'm going to start with some of these killer bushes here that are so beautiful. They have this great greenery and a neat twig on it. So what I want to do is just take and tear these. Hand-wrapped bushes that we sell on our website are super easy to work with because all you do is tear them. Literally, watch that. You don't even need a knife. It does make a little mess, but that keeps you from cutting as much. It makes it that simple for you. Now you're going to need some wire cutters, and we're going to take and trim these down each to just a couple of inches. And I'll throw those in the trash. We just need little short stems here. I'm going to cut those off. Fantastic. Now let's start to get our placement going, rocking and rolling with these. Let me bring my electric skillet up here so it'll be easier when we start to put the pieces in our design. I'll bring it up. I was going to wait on that, but we need it closer. Oh, my cord is stuck, guys. Come on, cord up. We need it right here, right close by. Yes, that'll just make it easier. All right. I'm going to get those little papers off there. So I'm going to use these, my hanger on this is right here at the center. So this carrot is going to pretty much hang whatever direction I put the weight on. So I'm going to kind of have this going left to right on him right here. So we're going to have this piece going in this way. And I'll just spread that out. Let me scooch you over, dude. And we're just going to keep kind of going one on top, one on bottom, and we'll work opposite. So I'm going to swirl that around in my glue pot, and we'll go down. Hold your foam while you're placing these in because you don't want it to just pop off on you. I'm going to go up and down. These are so cute. Always a great seller in my Etsy store and also in our store we rent space in. These kind of cute pieces, they're not available at the craft stores. People can't just go buy wreaths like this. They have to get them from a creative like you and a maker like you. So make sure you're making things like this that we know our customers are going to love. All right, we've got a few pieces started. Now there's going to be a beautiful bow here with tails in a little bit, but I want to get my carrots in next. And these carrots are going to go just kind of all shooting out of the top. I love the texture on these. I've used these once before on another video, and I'm in love with them. They've got kind of like fuzzy pant material with a cute little stripe. Adorable. It's just so adorable. So I'm going to take these, just kind of have them pop off the top here. I think I'll have 2 go high and 1 go low. So I tell you what, we're going to hold off on the low one until we get the bow in, so I can have it positioned perfect so it shows up coming out of the bow. Now it's time for some of our grass bush. This is the mini leaf bush. I'm going to take this and push these up and spread these out. You guys, if you don't already follow us here, make sure to follow and like our page. Also subscribe so you can get more notifications anytime we put out a new video. You can also go to textkeleas.com and sign up for our text list. So it's Keleas, not plural, textkeleas.com, and it will, you'll put your number in, text us the word coupon, and it'll send you a coupon for your first purchase. I'm going to take and put these on either side here. We're going to start to fill out our design. Isn't that gorgeous? And one of the things I'm always teaching my design school students is you want depth and dimension. So you can see I'm starting to lift that up. These are all wired, so you can look beautiful, like you're cheating in your design, because you don't have to let nature do it. You can use the wire inside to take these and make them kind of come up. C-shaping that. Let's put this one on this side. Great, great, great. And let's have one go up the middle. I'm going to leave this one kind of shooting straight, and we'll pop that behind where we had the yellow. So we got a beautiful base. Remember, there's going to be a bow, so we're going to leave a hole in the middle for a moment. I'm going to shoot one more greenery kind of coming out the bottom underneath this fun yellow. I love that. That's looking great. So we got a great start here. Now let's put this aside for a second. Let's tie our bow, and then we're going to put all the magical pieces together. Now I want you to notice all the depth. There's a ton of depth. So as we build this up, we're going to keep adding layers of the florals underneath. So I'm going to pull this to the side, and we're going to grab our easy bow maker and tie our bow for this design. It's going to be a simple bow using a couple of oranges. I'm all in on the carrots this season. I'm doing a big display at our booth at the shop in carrots. So I'm making all kinds of carrots to take there. So we're starting off with a 20-inch tail. Come to the center and twist. Now these loops are going to be out at 6 inches. So 6 inches and twist. I'm going to come over to the other side. 6 inches and twist, and we're going to do 2 loops, okay, on each side, both at 6 inches. All right, here's our next loop at 6. Come to the center, twist. One more here on the right, 6 inches. Scrunch that down. I'm fluffing these both out here. That's so perfect. Now I'm going to bring my tails here to the middle, and we're going to trim these at an angle. All right, fantastic. Now I'm going to come in with my next ribbon, which is this cute little stripe. We're going to pop that in here, and now my tails will be 2 inches shorter. So these will sit at about 18 inches. I'll cut it trim. If you want it a little shorter, I like the combo of 16-14, but we're working at 20-18 on the links of these tails. This loop's at 5.5, so you're always decreasing your loop length to bring the eye into the center of that bow. And you guys know on Wednesdays we are live at 7 o'clock Central Time on Facebook and YouTube, and also on TikTok, making bows. Now grab a cable tie. I'm going to run that right down the center here. Put a finger in the center and add some pressure. And we'll get that tight, but not too tight. Okay, just like this. Hold pressure with your fingers and rotate this back between them. Now you need to fluff this up before you finish tightening the whole bow up. I'm a big fan of this carrot ribbon and this stripe. They're 2 nice ribbons to work with. The tails need to be going down. And before we get this real tight, we're going to add a cable tie to the center. Oh, no, we're not going to add a cable tie. We're going to add a U-pin that we used earlier to secure our foam on. We're going to add that right to the center Now I'm just going to rotate that around. Now we're going to take these and trim them off. Just like that. And then I'm going to pick a ribbon to go down the center, and I'll just put the stripe down the middle. You'll cut like a 12-inch piece of this. Just right there, and I will run that right down the middle of this bow. And that'll clean up the cable tie in the middle and really finish it out really pretty. Just like it just is a nice little touch. Makes my heart so happy every time I do one of those. Isn't that cute? All right, this is going to be our pop of orange at the front of our design. Love, love, love that. Just get a nice little knot back here. Trim these tails off. And there's our U-pin ready to go. Now bring your carrot back because we're going to put this whole project together now. Here comes our carrot. Look at her in all her glory. She's waiting for her bow. Bring on her bow, yeah. All right, we're going to put that bow right in the center by hitting this with some glue. She is happy to see us. Yes, you are, ma'am. And the nice thing about that foam is it adds another layer of dimension. Now, immediately take these tails and run them through the back. The big carrots come behind the greenery. Just push them down. We want them to come through the back and trail down along your carrot. Oh my gosh, isn't that cute? And these orange tails, we're going to curl them and let them just kind of come to the front of the party up here. I like to just kind of pull that out. Yes, yes, curly curls. Super cute, guys. Okay, I'm going to pull this one out too. You don't have to do this, but I think that's fun like that. Awesome. Now my next move is I'm going to put that carrot coming out the bottom we talked about earlier. I got her over to the side. I'm going to run her just kind of coming straight out the bottom. Right here, because she looks so cute. And you know what? Our little bunny Fufu who started the video off for us, we've got her. She comes with a little blue bow right here, or a different color bow. And I just pulled that out. So we took her bow off so she could go perfectly with our combination here. And we're going to cut her little stem off and pop her in. She's been popping into all my TikTok videos this week. So she's making an appearance everywhere we go. So take and dip this in the glue pot. Her little head's going to come out the top of the bow. And of course, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, she's so cute. Push that all the way into the foam so we can kind of tuck her into the bow. Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord. So cute. Now, we're going to take our other yellow bush and we're going to bring some of the yellow to the foreground a little bit more. Isn't this precious? So don't be afraid to use something right in your bow. If you're not a fan of the little bunny head, why don't you take one of the carrots and put it right in the center? I could have put that carrot at the bottom right in the center. Sure coulda. Sure coulda. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to come in and have a little bit of yellow kind of coming to the foreground just a little bit, and a little bit of grass on that other side. This bush, I'm able to pull it a little and make it a little bit shorter and thicker. So don't be afraid to do that. That's called a pusher, is what we'll call a bush like that. That it lets it slide up a little. And I'm going to put that right here in the middle. Kind of have that shooting out of the bow and kind of adding a little layer over that carrot. Now let's get a little more yellow up here at the top and just work these around each side. And on your project, you'll just keep filling it into your desired likeness of how much fullness you want. I love it full, and I like all my pieces lush. I mean, I want people to see them and expect to pay more because they are fancier than anything that they've seen, different than they've seen. And I just thought, so simple, so cute. You could knock these out for your craft shows in a heartbeat. Coming up in a couple of months, you guys will have craft shows this spring. And these are great to put in the shops where you sell your items. All right, let's push these where they're both a little bit pushed up too. And we'll use these in and around the bow also. But take a look at your design and see where you might need a little more yellow. I think I want a little bit more on that side. So I'm going to pop this in. These are so nicely wired. We can have these coming up or coming down and really kind of fill out the top of our carrot. Just kind of making her own little, like her own little fancy dress she's wearing it here. You come on this side. So cute, guys. I love that. And make sure you're using the wires to your advantage, however you want to move them. I'm going to come one more yellow, just coming right out the center, up the middle. And utilize that block of foam. Oh, perfect. And I've got 2 more pops of green we can add in here. So just take a look. Oh, everything's kind of looking good. Kind of filled in nicely. So I'm going to bring this green to the front. And get my little triangle pattern working around her head. Hold on to her when you're pushing stuff in. We want to keep it all stable. Oh my goodness, y'all. Ay caramba. She is beautiful and I love her. The first thing we're going to do is take a couple little blocks of floral foam, just like this. And we're going to be pushing them right up inside our pocket. It's got a great little hole here that you can push them into. And then what I like to do is come from behind and then put in a couple of floral pins to hold it in place. Okay, so a couple of U-pins. And I'm going to flip it over real quick. And you can see here I put a couple on that side. I'm dipping these into our glue skillet. Got a little glue skillet here to the side. Get a little hot glue and then just push them right in. Alright, and that works just fantastically to pop them here in the back. And that just helps hold them in place. So now our frame is ready to start designing on. And I've got a couple of small pieces of foam inside. So our first piece that goes in is our beautiful greenery. So I cut that piece off, but I want to save a couple of these pieces just to kind of use on the sides. So I'll cut 2 of them off here and keep them as whole as I can. And we'll leave the big piece for the back, okay? Now it's up to you how large you want to make yours. How, tall up you want to go. But I'm going to, if I use it right about here, I can kind of push that into the foam and it'll go about right there. All right, so if you're happy with that, you don't have to trim it off a lot, just a little bit, and I'll put some glue on there. Okay, let's just take off a little bit. And then you are going to need a good pair of wire cutters in order to cut some of these heavy-duty stems, but you probably have one in your stash already. If you haven't been a Blue Merino long, we can always get you the link for the pair I use. Okay, and just push that in, and that's going to be right in the back. Alright, and that's a great start. Now the next piece I want to use is I want to come in with some of our pretty yellow filler flower. We're going to hold off on our mushrooms for a minute, because I want to put a little of this on each side. So I'll just take a couple of pieces of this and pull that apart. Trim that down. Let's put a little bit on each side. And I think this works great to kind of add that natural look. It's that wispy wildflower type look. Now, this is the fun stuff we're going to be working with in our workshop, because we'll be doing a bunch of floral designs that are very nature inspired and trending with some really fun Easter type embellishments. So I'm looking forward to that. So 2 on either side. We're going to hold the rest of this for a second. Now you want to grab our bright orange and red picks. Okay, we're going to use one of these coming up. This is going to give us this beautiful lush red poppy and orange in here with some berries. It's just a great combo. And I'm going to put that right in the back. So just trimming down that stem to get it the right size. And then we'll just be pushing this right into the foam in here. I got 2 pieces of foam in there. Let's go a little bit higher with this one. There she blows. Okay. Right going up the back. Oh my gosh, so pretty. This makes such a big, beautiful piece when you're done with it. All right, now grab your other piece, and we're going to take this one and separate it. It's the same spray. We're going to separate it into 3 different pieces. And we're going to leave this first one long, because we're going to start to kind of trail down our design a little bit here and let this come down the base. And one of the easiest ways to do that is get a little glue on here. Because this carrot's made with angel vine and flocking, you can just push right through into your foam and go right into the base, just like, isn't that beautiful? And pick a direction and kind of go that way. We'll go to the left over here. I love that. Now take these and thin them out a little bit, and we're going to shake hands, just like I always say in design school. We're going to shake hands with this piece to really give it some depth and dimension. I'm going to go pop it in the glue pot. And we're going to go out to the other side here. Love this. Okay, so a little left, a little right. Now, let's go ahead and get our bow in. And I made the bow on another video, and we will link that video here so you can learn to make your own 3-loop bow. And this one has yellows and pinks, and it's got a pop of orange. So it's pulling all these colors together, which looks so good. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on my floral pin. And this is a 3-loop bow. We're going to push that right in up here to the top of the foam. So you should hear it crunch into the foam, and you know it's in. And then we're going to let one tail kind of go down and one tail go up. My God, so cute. We're letting it be so whimsical. And this piece come on down. All right, now let's add a little bit more of our red and orange floral. I think we'll come off to this side. So trim this one down too. And then I think we're going to put the carrots and the mushrooms in on our next step. You shake hands with this. And let's have this kind of work out to this other side. So I kind of get a good shape working. And filling her in. Yes. I want to hear her crunch on into that foam. You know it's holding on good. Isn't it turning out cute? Are you seeing how cute this thing is? Are you kidding me? So cute. Now, next big things we have to get in are the gorgeous mushrooms, which are so adorable. They are popping the red with the pink and the orange. I love that. And they give it the total cute whimsy look. So we're going to get a little trim on that stem, and we'll have this kind of piece kind of pop up a little high off to this side. And let these puppies come forward. Oh my God. Quit it, y'all. Love these. Okay. And then we'll have some mushrooms kind of come down and be growing all fungusy. Get all crazy fungusy on me. Y'all, I've been dying to make this arrangement for y'all. I love to do whimsical but floral inspired pieces. Somebody the other day was asking me to work with more signs and things and mesh and ribbon, and I just, this is what I love to do. I love to floral design with flowers and neat natural type elements. So guys, this is what you're going to see me work with, because this is what I love. Oh my gosh. So we got the beautiful mushrooms rocking out. Now let's get some carrots in. We got these cool carrots that have this neat little piece kind of coming off the bottom. So let's put those in next. So you guys can see this whole thing coming together. Let me make the camera a little bit bigger for y'all. Can you see me? Okay. Let's put these in, kind of going toward the top. So I'm going to take and cut one off. And don't be afraid to do that. You can take a piece and use some of it whole, and then break some of it off. I think it'd be fun to have the carrots kind of come out opposite of the mushrooms. And we'll use those side by side, kind of. Let's go in here. Oh my God, you're so cute, carrots. Don't you just love these guys? Oh, I love that little root on them. That is so sticky cute. It's really picking up the orange from the ribbon with the pink. That looks great with the red too. Now this piece we have, we're going to let it kind of come down here. We can have it go right between those mushrooms, or if you want, you can just have the carrots all stay up tall and be in by the bow, whatever you prefer. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of, I'm loving this orange up by the ribbon. So I'm going to put this one in right here in between the bow. Okay, now your final and last job is to really soften all the hard lines being created with the mushrooms and the ribbon. So the way we do that is we use our beautiful wispy yellow filler flower, and we start to bring this in to different sections. So what we're going to do is just cut this down. You can tear it and then just trim it into little small pieces here, so it's easy to work with. And when you're cutting these, you just want a really nice strong stem that can go into the foam. Okay, so just don't cut them up too high. Make sure you keep a strong stem on there. Let's add these cuties in. Soften those lines. So just like I would teach in design school, we're going to use these more to the foreground of the design. That means towards the front. So we're going to bring these towards the front. We already have this kind of color combo in the back, so we're going to bring it a little more forward. But I'm going to take my time and layer this in really pretty. I'm going to pull this gorgeous poppy to the front. Kind of works together in the triangle shape with these two fungus mushrooms. All right, let's get a nice little bunch here of the yellow. And let me have this come down over here by these carrots. And because this is such a soft filler flower and greenery, it doesn't totally cover them up, but it kind of gives some depth to the design. Oh my God, that's so cute. All right, now let's work down. So going down towards the bottom of the cone now. So I'm going to bring it up a little bit so you can see where we're working down here. Can you see that good? I'm going to use some of this spilling over. So we've got some of this other greenery here, and let's bring this down too and work it into the bottom. So cute. Oh my God, I love this. I love it when it turns out better than I expected. It's just so whimsical. It's whimsical, but in a flower way, you know? Not in a cheap tchotchke way. It's beautiful. Look at that. Ooh, I'm loving it. Oh my God, y'all. Look at it. Holy mackerel king. Let's put a little bit more this way. That's what my grandpa used to say. Holy mackerel king. Love you, Grandpa. And then I'm putting these over here to this side. Push that in. Oh my gosh, look how whimsical. And see, when we brought a little of that on top of the mushrooms and overlapping the ribbon, we call that breaking the plane of different items. We use that term in design school, and you can see how important it is and how lush this makes us feel. Okay, back here in the background, we started with this bright green, almost neon green. Guess what? We saved a little because it's real important to bring that back to the foreground now. So let's do it. I'm going to start with a little bit of it coming down. Going over here into my glue, getting a little glue on it. I'm going to pop this down. Oh my God. Look at that. Holy crap. That looks good. Okay, let's come up to this top part. I'm going to keep building out right here at my transition. And let's go up a little higher. Yes. 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 And let's have a little bit come out this way. I'm going to pop this right into my bow. Right underneath. I still can get into that foam. Just pop it in. And then we'll put one more little piece this way. Y'all, this is so sweet. It's like you just popped in a garden of exciting, fun, whimsical carrots and mushrooms. And like, I don't even know if we're allowed in this garden because this looks like a private place that somebody worked hard to create something this beautiful. We've got our pieces of our kit ready to put together, and we're going to start to build this cutie up step by step. Now, what we need to do is we're going to use a cluster type design, so it's really easy to attach. And we're going to take a different take on our door hanger than we've ever done. And what we're going to do is it's going to kind of hang by one leaf over here. So in order to create this pretty line going down someone's door, we want to put the bow on this side. So the bow and the cluster will be on this side. So we've got lots of space. So you just want to think about how you want to make yours first and identify where you want to attach it. So now that we know it's going to go here, I can make it super long and big and just have so much fun with it. So grab all of your 3 picks that come. Now, I have trimmed down these stems because in truth, I filmed this once already, but the camera failed. So I apologize that I've already trimmed these down, but I will talk about how I trim them because I generally would not trim them until we get the cluster built. Okay? So these stems are going to come fully long length with a longer stem on there. Now, you're going to start off by shaking hands and fluffing up each piece of this. And then I'm going to rotate this piece down. So this will be my part that's coming up. This will be my part that's coming down. So I'm going to rotate it around like this so you can actually see what's going on. Okay? And now I'm going to build up layers. And so that's when I cut off the stem right there because that's extra. We won't need it. Now I want my mushrooms to kind of go down. And we're going to overlap them into this section right here. And they're going to go down off to the side of the greenery here. and I'll be able to manipulate and move them. And once you have enough overlapping here for our wire cable tie to grab the wires, then you're good to cut that piece off there. Now, this one we're going to play a little trickaroo on. The longest piece we're going to rotate down, okay, just like that. And she's going to come party down here with those guys, and I'm going to give her a switcheroo. So she's going to come down here and be off to the side like that, and she'll just tuck in by these pieces down here. And these two pieces will kind of come out to the side and over to the top. So we've got the cutest little clusters of carrots right in the middle also. Now I'm going to take and you can also do it this way if you wanted. You can leave this one long if you wanted to go up higher and rotate this one down and have it go lower and kind of go over here. So play with them if you want them all on one side, or if you want them mixed, you can do it either way. It's up to you. So I'm going to leave it like this, and we'll tuck that in. Now you're going to grab your cable tie, and we're going to make this cluster nice and tight. You'll need a few cable ties, 2 or 3, to get the whole project put together. So where they overlap here in the middle, I grab them and we get some tension and really tight, okay? And that's going to hold everybody together. So the cool thing is this particular kit does not use very much glue and not much picks or anything. It's just, we don't need foam. It's just a super easy beginner kit especially. Now, our line on this project is going to kind of run like this, all right? This will be the top, that'll go down, and then we're going to finish it off with our ribbons and bows in just a second. So that's really pretty put together. I grab another cable tie, and I'm going to use that to attach this to the base. So I'm watching my angle when I put it on. You can put yours anywhere on your own project, whatever you prefer. So the cable tie is just going on right here. Isn't that great? Now, the bow we did on another video, so you're going to want to catch that video to learn how to make the bow. But here she is. She is this cute little, we're calling it a tail bow because it's all tails. Now, I'm going to attach it, either glue it or use the pipe cleaner on the back to attach it. And I'm going to have to glue this one because I already had to take it apart once. So I'm going to grab some glue and just bring it to the back here. And then we'll just glue that right to the center. Okay. And just push that right down. While that's setting up, kind of manipulate how you want things to lay out here. And everybody gets their own little position. Hold some pressure and let that set up. But that's going to go right there in the center. Now, because we didn't use any type of embellishment in the middle, I made my own, and I actually stole one of these little orange flowers from down here. Okay, so she is going to go right in the center also. So let me bring my little glue skillet up here, and we will put these pieces in. Easy peasy. So bring your dowel to the back of the flower, and we'll glue that right in the middle. And then what I'm going to do is take each of these little greeneries, 2 little pieces of greenery that I also stole from the background, and we're going to tuck these in by the center. Okay, 1 and 2. And I picked out like the littlest leaves I could that were being hidden in the background. And I apologize, guys. The video I did with all of that failed, so I had to start again. But you get the gist. You got this. Now we're going to do the funnest thing ever. We're going to add another layer with tails in the background. So the trick for that is grab your ribbon. And I want these to be pretty dramatic. So probably about 20 inches. Just double it up on itself like this. Okay? 20 inches. Cut it here. Here's my scissors. Cut it here. Right there. And then stack these on top of each other. Like this. Boom, boom, boom. Where the pretty sides are stacked on top of each other. And then you can just take and fold that like this and dovetail them at the same time. Okay? So you get 2 little cute dovetail cuts. And those will be what shows down at the bottom. Roll that to the top and then just gather this. And this you're going to attach right to the grapevine base behind everything. So grab one more cable tie, pull this dude up. And remember, this is going to help continue that line down. Those kind of strategies are things that I teach in design school, and we do them one project at a time. So you can learn how to create beautiful pieces just like this kit, step by step. But even more layers, more dimension, more direction, of course. And kind of learn how to take your pieces to the next level so your house will look amazing. or your Etsy shop will be rocking with sales, or your craft shows and your vendor markets are popping because you know what you're doing, because you're learning from the best over here at wreathteacher.com. I'm going to come in and trim that off. And those tails are in. Now bring them on down. Bring them down. Look at that. Oh, hi, Blue Burritos. I was just unpacking our supplies from our latest kit, and you are going to love this. It is so cute. This is a bunny family. Let me show you the bunnies. And you get 3 bunnies in the kit just like this. You get a couple of carrots. Let me show you those. Some of our favorite fishtail greenery. A big carrot and a little carrot that are so plush and fuzzy. And our 2 ribbons that go perfectly together. Yep, this is going to be the fun project you're going to make. This would be great to do with the grandkids. I think you're going to love it. It is a kit, and we're going to make it step by step together. I think you're going to love it. So come on in here, get started with us. We're going to have some fun. Hey guys, if we never met before, I'm Keleas with Keleas.com. And what I do is teach floral design, but sometimes we like to do fun projects like this they have some floral design in them, but they're just cute and they make a big impact on your door. And that's what we're going to make today. And this particular one we use, you'll get 3 of the bunnies in the kit, and we're going to make like a little family with them. So I want you to start off by putting 1 bunny at the top, and you could do this on a table. The kit, the only thing you're going to need, it's going to come with all the crafting supplies, but you're going to need some wire cutters, some cable ties, some hot glue, and some floral pins, or a way to pick things and put them into the foam, and a little bit of floral foam. So the basic floral design supplies you'll have to have, but we're going to have all the fun components, so you won't have to go anywhere to grab those. Now, I'm going to grab some cable ties, and we're going to build our family and put them together. So what you want is 1 bunny up high, okay, and then 2 bunnies down low, just like this. And you can decide how high you want them, but it looks really cute like this if you have the little crook of their neck right around the side of the body right here. And then we want these to come in the middle so we can attach them. So I'm going to show you, we're going to do that one side at a time. So we're going to start with a little head here and attach this first. And I like to kind of, if you'll do it backwards, you can kind of keep all the ugly part on the back. So I'm turning it, you can tell by the ears which is the backwards part of it. It's a little hard to see from the front. But then the cable tie can kind of be hidden in the back. All right, I got to go up just high enough where these bodies can come together, something like that. So let's start with the first one. So remember, everything's backwards right now while I put these in here. And there's a little support wire, so if you can get through that a little bit and then come back around, it will keep it a little more camouflaged. There's not going to be a lot of weight on this or anything, so you're probably pretty good. Now, if it's giving you a hard time, this is why I like to keep that awl there. Right here, you can just take an awl or something pokey like a screwdriver, anything that's, it got to be a little bit smaller, but I can poke a little hole under here, and now I can make a little pathway for my cable tie to go in. So I just put it in just like that, okay? And sometimes they'll go through easy, sometimes you're going to have to help it a little bit. Hopefully we got a good plan here. Yeah, see how easy that goes through? So we're going to put the first one on. I'm not going to tie it tight yet, I'm just going to get it holding a little, okay? So it's just going like that. Now let's go on the other side. Still backwards, right? Gonna do the same thing over here. I want to make sure they're kind of even. All right, when I get ready to tighten them up, how's that gonna look? That's gonna be so cute. There's gonna be the whole family on the door. Oh man. Okay, let's do the same thing over here. So I'm gonna use our little trick we just did and get that fuzz off there and just go through with my awl and make a little hole. And we're just putting a little more effort into this because I'm trying to just hide the mechanics. Because I'm trying to teach you right so it'll look really good and finished on the front especially. Okay, so let's bring this one over here. And you do need to kind of match them, you know, kind of keep them similar. They don't have to be exactly perfect, but close. So I'm going to go up a little higher here. And let's see, how does that look? It looks pretty good. All right, so let's go through here and attach this one on this side. That's not gonna let me. It says you gotta get out that awl and poke a hole, ma'am. It does make it a lot easier. All right, come on through there. Come on through the hole, buddy. All right, I got it. And now we're gonna take and attach this very loosely, not tight yet. The reason I'm not doing it tight yet is I need to make sure we've got enough room to be able to, you know, wiggle it if we need to wiggle it. But we're doing good. All right, we'll pull these tight now that we know they're right where we want them. And you're gonna try to just push that little knobby part where it's kind of where it won't scratch somebody's door to the inside here of those heads. All right, now let's go down here to the bottom and we're gonna attach these together right here. So same song, different verse. Make a little hole, make a little hole. So by doing this with the cable ties, what we're doing is we're just making it a nice strong door hanger that's several pieces put together, but it's so cute. It really is cute. Now, if you're worried about any of this showing, you can take a little bit of ribbon, like some little green ribbon or some Spanish moss, and you can cover this on the back. I am not too worried about it because it's going to be on the back and it's green. It coordinates, so that looks pretty good. And my last thing I want to do is I want to put another cable tie right at the center of the base so that it really makes it solid. So I'm going to do one side over here because we're going to put all of our fun stuff we're putting on, our carrots and our ribbons and our greenery, is all going in this middle section. So we've got to make sure that's strong. So I'm going to put one more piece here. Well, I think we're going to end up using 5 cable ties on this base. All right, and one more over here. I love that we're doing it all in the back so nobody sees anything. Okay. Put my awl through and then I'm going to pull it back. You could use like a shish kebab skewer. Just be careful you don't hurt yourself. But making that little hole makes it so easy. All right, here comes our last one. So pulling it tight, and I'm just gonna tuck it in right here behind. All right, now just trim off all of these little tails poking out. I'm gonna grab my wire cutters and we're gonna trim all of these guys off. You hear the clip, clip, clip? That's good, we're moving on. So look, that was the back. Are you ready? Look at the front. Look at the front, you're not gonna see anything. Don't worry about it moving, because we're gonna put some foam right there in a minute, and this puppy's gonna be perfectly ready to go. Isn't he cute? All right, so cute. All right, next step, get the foam on, all right? So the floral foam is, you want to use this foam right here. It's like dense, it's not sandy, it's dense, and it's not made to get wet. We're going to put it right here where everybody comes together in the center, okay? I'm going to put a little glue on that. We're going to glue it, but that's not enough. You're going to need to use some wire to attach it as well, just for security. I'm dipping this in hot glue in my glue pot. So you get a bunch on there, and now we're going to go right in here. Okay, and what we're going to do is I am going to use some of my floral pins. I've got them in my little basket under here. And they're just a little metal U pin. You can see them. Can you see that? It's a little U. See that little metal pin? All right, I'm going to take and glue this. Put a little glue on that, and we're going to go right into the body of the frame of the bunnies and into the foam. So that way it just holds it on there. You don't want to rely just on the glue anytime you're putting any kind of heavier attachments. These aren't that heavy, but I just don't trust that the foam would stay on. It might come off. So we're going to back it up with several of these little pins. And that's the same technique we would use in our class. And we're teaching how to do floral design. you use these pins for this. You can also make some out of some heavier wire if you don't have them. You can make some, or you can just buy them in the pack at the craft store. Okay, so our little bit of foam's on. Now we get to do the fun part. The fun part is putting our carrots on and in place and getting our bow in. So we're gonna start with the big carrot first. I want him to kind of come off the side right here. So I can still kind of see my bunnies, but he's working off the side. Is that so cute? I love that. So it does have a seam of the fabric, so I'm gonna watch where that is, and we're gonna just put this in right here. And the easiest way to do is I can attach it here at the top, right to the greenery first, and then I will also use a floral pin to pin it into the foam to hold it. But I want to count it, you know, I want to make sure it's gonna stay. So I'm gonna grab my awl, and we're gonna poke a little hole. And we'll just use our cable tie up there. So I'm poking a little hole in here, just like this, wiggle, wiggle, and it'll go right through the fabric. And you want to hold that spot for a minute, because we're going to go through there with the cable tie. Let me grab a couple more cable ties over here. All right. And you'll just push that through. It's got batting and things in there, but usually when you use the awl, it'll go right through, okay? So now take that around. We know it's gonna sit right next to our foam, but we gotta get it attached nice and strong. Once again, I'm gonna go through the bunny and not just around, so it's a little bit more stable and it's not wiggling as much. So we're going through. I love these bunny frames. They're just so forgiving, easy to work with. So easy. There he goes. And we'll put that on there nice and tight. Okay, just like that. And we're gonna cut that one off. Bunny's getting her carrots. So cute. I'm gonna play with those leaves a little. One down, one up. And now let's poke these in to hold it against the foam. I want to tuck it right there. So just take it, poke a hole. All right, but you need glue on that. You can't just put those in and they won't stay because they're like a smooth metal. So you're gonna put some glue, and now we're gonna use that to push into the foam. All right, push it on in, and now that's gonna make it snug right there. You got a little glue on it, no big deal. We're gonna just let that set up, and we'll be ready to go. Now, grab your bow. We made the bow on another video, so you are gonna want the link to that video, which you will get the link to it if you purchase the kit, and you can also ask for it here or find it on the supply list for this project. So the bow needs to tuck in really tight right here. So I'm going to add a wire to the back. We have a cable tie in here, but we need to get that actually on a strong wire, so it'll be a little stronger. And I'm going to use 18 gauge wire and make a little bit bigger floral pin. We could save that for another project. And just take and make this, so it's a little bit larger than a normal floral pin, and I'm going to push it on into that foam there. So there it is, a big U-pin, okay? And we're going to push it in. And I want it right next to the, carrot, just like right on in here. There you go, perfect. Now fluff it out. It's going to take a little beating here. I'm going to fluff it back out, and that's so cute already. And make sure you find the center of the bow. It's right here, and I want that to be kind of matching the angle of the carrot. There's so much in design that is about angles and things, and I love to teach you that and show you that and make it easy on you. Okay, carrot time. Grab the second carrot. This carrot's going to kind of come down a little bit more. I want this carrot to be at the center of the bow, but kind of work its way down into those, down into the bunny tails and the ribbon tails right here, okay? So find the seam on the carrot. Let's put that at the back. And then we're going to put her right in there. We're going to use that same technique that we just did with the bow. So I'm going to take and make a hole, and we'll make a little heavier wire This is 18 gauge wire wreath. We'll have that kind of come down. You might already have that in your craft room. I'm just feeding it through, and always make sure you get a good section of fabric. See, I left a lot of fabric so it's gonna be hard to pull out. And then we're gonna make that into a little bit longer U-pin. Not quite that long, but a little bit longer. And I'm gonna put some glue on it for my glue skillet and just put it on there. I should have done that with the bow. I dipped the bow. I didn't mess up, but that is a great way to get glue everywhere. Now pull that bow up. We want this to tuck under the bow, okay? Right there. I want it to be right here along the bottom of the bow. Push it in. Make sure it's going into that foam. I'm going to put one part up and one part out. And I want it to kind of dangle into the ribbons anyway. So it's okay if it moves a little. Just make sure you got it secured really good. Just want to make sure it went in. Okay, that looks great. It's so cute. I love it. All right. So our last and final step is to take and add some greenery. I love to put greenery in there to just kind of mix it up and add some contrast. We've got all that bright green on the back of our design. Isn't it cute? I love this. All right, now we're going to take these and we're going to push them up just a little bit. I do want to leave them long because we've got to get to that foam behind everything. And we're going to use a few of our floral design principles when we get ready to put this stuff in. Okay, and let's trim this all down. I think you are going to love this. Okay, and this will just add a little soft wispiness. So I'm going to get in here, and we're going to start over to that right side and put one in right behind the carrot. And you can just go right into your block of foam. The one kind of coming up here, like he's in the garden, and give him a little motion. Like, give that a little bend. Stop using stuff flat. Like, give it some motion. And I'll put this one in over here behind these carrots. And really, the nice thing is your bow is camouflaging all your mechanics, your foam. You don't have to have a lot of florals in here to do this design. And it's really cute. Okay, let's put one more right here. Hear that crunching in the foam, you know you're in the right spot. And I love our bunnies behind it. Their little heads popping out. Come to the middle, right behind the bow here. Yep. Y'all need this on your door. It is so cute. Let's put one on this side. Kind of coming down into these tails, so we can kind of have it peek out between them. So just take and, not everything has to be in the back. This one could be more in the front. Just kind of give it wiggling out. Let's put one over on the right. Bring these out a little bit. Work between those little tails. Kind of coming forward. Oh, yes. And then let's do one right down, kind of beside this long carrot at the bottom. And this can kind of cascade. Oh, this is so cute. I love it. I love it. This has been a design I've had in the works for a while, and I think you are gonna love it. Look how cute they are. Isn't it adorable? Y'all, I can't wait for you to try to make your own like the super duper cute. Grab this kit and just have that popping off your door. So much fun for the season. I'll see you next time, Blue Merinos.